Welcome to Practical Talk Time. I'm your host, Usha Kumar. Joining me today is co-host Sandy Wrobel. This is a wonderful Halloween show. It's a very special show because this is a 1 hour live one where we have a very, very special guest. Generally for the Halloween show, we have an astrologer or a medium or someone who can read cards, and today we have Debi Fox with us, who's an astrologer and an herbalist. And today she's brought her tarot cards with her, and we're going to have some fun for this Halloween week. Please join me in welcoming Debi Fox.
Thank you, ladies. It's always a pleasure to be here. I think this is the third Halloween that we have been together.
I think so, yes. The
Yeah,
first
it's
one where
always
there's
fun.
3 of us together.
Yeah, you're
Absolutely.
no stranger to the show.
This is true.
And you've done shows even other than Halloween
Yes,
shows.
I
You've done
have.
some.
And we've always had quite a few people calling in and asking questions, so I'm excited about that. And if you ladies have any questions, we can do a little bit of that as well.
Well, you're a fellow astrology
Yes.
member, you know, from the
Connecticut
Astrological
Astrological Society,
of
correct?
Connecticut.
Yes,
And Sandy introduced me to the Astrological
How many years
Society
ago?
here.
How many-
That was over 10 years ago, I
Wow.
think. 10 or 12.
Seems like
Wow.
yesterday, but probably it
been a
has to be
long
over
time.
10. Yeah, yes, probably more than 10.
Yeah.
Because
it's a wonderful opportunity for people, like-minded people, to get together and to study and listen to workshops and gather. And I had the great pleasure of seeing Robert Hand speak at the NCGR, the National Council of Geocosmic Research, up in Belmont, Mass, which is near Boston. And that's also an organization that is trying to further astrology towards a more scientific bent so that people can understand that we actually do know what we're talking about and that it is based in reality. I really like that a lot.
I'm also a member of the Belmont
Yes.
group, yes.
Yes, so
But I
Sandy
don't always
knows.
get up there. I mean, I would have gone except that I thought Michael Luton was doing the workshop. And
Turned
so I
out
said I
Michael
could-
was at our place at the Connecticut ASC just this past Saturday
And Michael
at Wesleyan.
We were in a concert, so
There you
wasn't
go.
able to attend, so I missed both of them.
How was your
So,
concert?
Wonderful.
Good.
Yes, and Usha attended with her.
I attended because I had
wonderful.
3 friends participating.
Wow.
I had to
Great.
go to the show.
So what did
I
you
think-
sing? What part? Are you a soprano or
Alto.
Alto.
I think you had, well, there was,
Cindy, you, and Rosemary.
yes, okay.
Main
You don't know
three
Jane,
people
yes.
that were- yeah.
And Marianne, who's out there directing tonight, I think she may join us for the Messiah, which will begin November 18th rehearsals and go.
Oh,
in-
that's wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Wish you guys were closer. It's a couple-hour drive for me, but we have the Westerly Chorus up by my neck of the woods. I live in Stonington, and Rhode Island's right over the border for me, Westerly. So there's a big enclave of people singing there. So maybe I should look into that. But I don't know why. I just feel like the urge to sing. What else? What else can we do with everything that's going on the planet? We need to sing. We need to raise our voices to the heaven. We need to hold our heads up and proudly and know that we shall not be intimidated by anyone, as women, as Americans.
They say it's healing also
Yes.
to listen to music or to sing. I know I feel better, and even when I'm tired and I drag myself there, I feel
Absolutely.
I feel better.
Absolutely.
How shall we celebrate this Halloween? What's the best way to do it?
Well, Halloween to the more earth-based religions like Wicca, the pagan people who, and some of the Native American people also revere the turn of the wheels. But Halloween Samhain is really the new year. It's the beginning of, it's when the veil is the thinnest between the worlds, and it's when we can actually honor our ancestors, the ones that have passed on, the ones that help us from behind the veil, who are on the other side. One of the things we can do is to prepare their favorite meal and put it on an altar and light a candle and have the family gather around and ask them, well, for their blessing, continued blessing, but more importantly, to thank them for everything that they have brought to us. The Mexicans celebrate the Day of the Dead, Los Dios Muertes, which is November 1st. For them, it's a very, very special holiday. So I think we can incorporate a little bit of that. It's
Yeah, I
good
think
to know that.
the people around the world have some
Yes,
day or
they
the
do.
other during
Yep.
this period
Yes.
when they do revere their dead. and-
Absolutely. So
Remember
what's
that.
happened is that a lot of people have taken that and made it into something like woo-woo or evil, and the reality is that we have this intuitive power inside of all of us that is just an opening for being able to access our psyche. It's as simple as that. It's not a bad thing. For me, it's another tool in my toolbox to help people, my clients, to access what's going on in their lives. Just to help them. It's like a mirror, holding up a mirror to them, and help them to see what they already know.
Or just like using another one of our own senses.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like astrology, like the chart for being a
Right, now New
roadmap.
Year is Aries, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
beginning of spring.
Right.
March
The vernal
20th,
equinox.
21st, yes.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
that's the beginning of life for us here.
So do you think if we were using the best energies, like now with the veil being so thin, it would be one of the better times to go to a medium if you wanted a really good reading?
I think so, yes, because for me this is a great time, especially right before the new moon. Whenever it's right before a new moon, the dark of the moon is a good time to let go of things. And if it's not lining up with the lunar calendar, just so it's okay, because it's still a wonderful time to just write down everything that you want to let go of, to purge, to let go. It's like the trees releasing their leaves into the ground. And to write it down and perhaps burn it and put the ashes in your flower box outside and let it become metamorphosized into something else. And release it.
Yeah.
Because without releasing, we can't have something new. So.
Do you know where the tradition of wearing disguises for Halloween came?
Oh, I think we have a phone call.
Do we
Yeah.
already?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, it's ringing.
Hello.
Yes, hi. I want to see if I could speak with Debbie.
Do you
Hi
have a
there.
question for Debbie?
Yes. I wanted to see what my career path is going to be.
Okay, what's your first name? Is that okay if I ask your name?
Absolutely. It's Sharon.
Okay, Sharon, I'm going to shuffle the cards. Talk to me a little bit, because I like to hear your voice so I can imbue the cards with that. Is this a
Okay.
career change that you're looking to do, or dissatisfaction with the job, or you're starting a new job?
It's a little bit of both. I'm
Okay.
looking to see where my next career is going to take me. I've been dissatisfied for the last few years of what I've been doing. So,
Okay.
and I have a couple of options, a couple of paths I'm looking to take, and I have a lot of things going on, and I'm not sure which direction I should be going into.
Well, you hold the key to your future because you are a very talented lady. Although there has been some who you feel have held you back a little bit. There is a garden, a plethora of possibilities for you. One of the first cards that come out, I'm using the Lenormand deck tonight, which is a French deck. It's a little bit different than the regular tarot. I like to mix it up sometimes. And the first card that comes out, Sharon, is the garden. And the garden is being able to sit and walk in the garden and just feel refreshed and renewed. And it's all of these beautiful, lovely things that are just there coming in for you. Find a spot where you can go and be, whether it's, I know there's Harkness Garden up in New London, which is near where I live, but if you could go and find a place where you could just be still or walk, and soak that in while the weather is still relatively good. I do feel that there is a lady who is there that will help you. Okay, there's someone that holds the key to this new job. So if there's someone that you know in your networking that can lead you to a new job, listen to her. But I also know that you've had your run-ins, and you feel like you've been worked to the bone. But someone's sending you flowers. What are all these flowers around you? This is
Garden and the bouquet.
Very beautiful. I feel like things will be coming in for you because the bouquet card comes up and the fish card also comes up, and that's always good things swimming towards you. So I would say that whatever you're doing, stay on that path, because the key will come to you. There will be one person who is very much a lady. In fact, it shows her smelling a rose. So only you can understand what this means in your own heart. But something to do with flowers. It may be that when you go to this place to sit or pick flowers, or someone sends you flowers, that someone's thinking of you a great deal. Okay. But, okay, let me see this other card. But be wise, okay? Because the Owl card comes up, but that gives you great wisdom, too. So just use your wisdom and pace yourself, because I do think you work a lot hard, okay? And just make sure that you take care of yourself as well, right?
Okay.
All right, I think there's good luck coming in for you, because the Clover card comes up. These cards are read, not reversed. They're always read straight up. So I think in 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, because it's 4 on the 4-leaf clover. So think in terms of 4, okay?
Okay.
All right, Sharon.
Great. Well, thank you.
Thank you, sweetie. Happy
you.
Halloween.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I think, was she still saying something?
That's wonderful, because even before we announced that we are going to be reading, we have our audience call in, and which is a
Absolutely.
good
I think they had
thing.
the number
because
up.
then
Yeah.
that means
The number was
there
on
are
the
people
screen.
watching it and waiting to call.
What was your question? Was something about how did something come about with Halloween? or-
Wearing disguises.
Oh, I
on
think
the
that it
wearing
used to be
costumes.
people were afraid of the spirits that they felt would be around, and they felt that if they could frighten them off with the costumes.
I see.
Yeah. So it was kind of like trying to gain the upper hand, I suppose, so to speak.
Do you know which region of the world started that trend?
I believe that it was the agricultural society, the old goddess religions way back, in England and around that area. Of course, the goddess religion goes back many, many thousands of years, but it was the Celtic people who actually, I think, brought in more about the wheel, turning of the wheel, and the 4 high holy days. Here's
We have another caller.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
You're on. What's your name?
Hello?
Do you think that I should retire?
Hi, this is Debbie. Can I ask your name, please?
My name is Annie.
Annie? Okay, so you're thinking about retiring.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, we'd all like to do that, I think. Let's see.
I am retired.
Yes. I'm going to shuffle the cards a little bit. Keep talking to me, Annie, so I can put your voice into the cards, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what is it that you are doing? What kind of work do you do, Annie?
Well, I'm a counselor.
Okay. We need those. We need lots of counselors. Of course, as women, we are counselors as wives and mothers all the time. Here, hang on a sec.
Yes, but I work for an agency, but I would rather work in the ministry.
Okay, lots of flowers here tonight. Well, there's a gentleman. Did you just get flowers from some boy? What is with the flowers tonight everywhere? And the locket. Wow. Do you wear a special necklace around your neck?
No, not a special one.
But do you have a locket that was given to you by someone you care a lot about?
No, ma'am.
Okay, because I think you're going to be getting a gift soon of flowers and a beautiful locket. So just keep
okay.
that in mind. Now, the clock tower comes out, and I think that by next summer you may be changing jobs. You're going to be at a crossroads. So,
Okay.
yep. So I think it's a matter of timing. Were you thinking about staying in the United States, or were you thinking about going abroad to England or anything?
Maybe for ministry.
Okay, so because that might be, I think, and I get the cross card, so that's very much in the cards for you is this ministry. If you do this, I think that you're going to meet someone very special. If you are already in a special relationship, I think that you're going to be hearing from this person. Okay, they're bringing
Okay.
beautiful things to you. So yes, follow your God, follow God, your higher power, and He will absolutely lead you through those crossroads. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome, dear. Bye.
Interesting, she talked about the ministry, and the last card was
Isn't
the
that
cross.
beautiful?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
And
such
then
a
you had the
beautiful
sun
layout.
also
Yeah,
there.
the sun, right? Isn't
Yes,
that nice?
Some
It was,
She's
yes.
a special woman. Yeah, we are all special in our
In one
own
way or
ways.
another, yeah.
Absolutely.
And especially, I see that you are drawing out cards, and together they kind of make like a story
Absolutely.
for you.
The Lenormand cards are very much that way. They're different than the tarot. The tarot cards have very special meanings, each one of the cards. But with the Lenormand, it's more fluid. It's more reading them as they are laid out, you know, together with the preceding one and what's laying next to them.
I see.
So they do tell a picture, a story. They do.
Usually, what cards do you use?
The ones that I'm partial to right now actually is the Tarot, the Grand Tarot de Bellini, which is a very old deck. It's a French deck. It's written in French, and it's just a beautiful deck. It's very hard to get a hold of. There's very few of them, and I love the Oracle Bellini as well. Having had so many different kinds of decks, I just wanted to get something that was older and look at it and really study it. And my dear friend Babette, who's right from Paris, was the one who gave me this book on the Oracle de Triade. And I was mesmerized by the beauty not only of the language, but of the cards, and how when you translate the language into English, how beautiful it is. Our English language is wonderful too, but for some reason the French just spoke to me. And I grew up in Maine, and we had to learn French when we were little.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the first 4 years of our schooling,
Oh, I
because
see.
there was a lot of French people, with Quebec and Canada being so
Canada,
close.
yeah.
Yes. So here I am with this book, and I'm like this little kid going after every little word, and I wrote it out, and then I'd Google some words, and I'd call up It was so finally, because there was no translation for this.
Oh, I see.
You know, if there had been, trust me, I would have,
Yeah.
got it.
But maybe
Well,
it was better you absorbed more by the way you did it.
and I was
Yes.
entranced by it. So
Yeah.
I said, I want more of the French decks. So that's when I went digging. So
Okay.
yeah, and I think that it's just a matter of letting ourselves loose and experience other cultures and other languages.
So how do you use the tarot cards, like along with your regular astrology? Do you just use
Lots
it
of
in
times I
conjunction
use
with or
them.
separately?
It depends on what the client wants. Lots of times people will come to me and I will do a natal chart, progress chart, transits and all that. And you guys all know what that is. And lots of times people will say, can you throw some cards down for me as well? And what I'll do is I will have them shuffle the deck, and then I will put the cards in each house. Like there's 12 houses, as you know. So let's say I had your chart in front of me and you had shuffled the cards.
Right.
Then we would start lining them up. You know what I mean? We'd put one. So in the first house, I'd say, what's the little things that are gnawing away in your home or at you as a person? If this was in the fourth house, I would say, do you have mice? Because this is the mouse
They're coming in,
card.
it's full.
Right. Now
see.
the second house is about money and our stuff. So here's the lady in the second house. So it means that someone might be bringing something to you, or you may be sharing with someone else. Here is the ring in the third house that I would ask you, since the third house rules communications and siblings, and I would ask you, have you heard of someone getting married? And it's funny because this keeps coming up for you.
Oh, that's
This is
very
like the
interesting.
second time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But there are other wedding invitations that I've been getting from
Yeah.
relatives,
Wow.
so not sure where it's coming from.
So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4th house. So the grave. So in actually, the 4th house is the end of the matter in the astrology. It's the 4th house is the home, the abode, the mother. So things begin and stop there. Although of course the 8th house is more about end of life. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th house would be our passion, our children, and here's the dog. And I know that I have beloved dogs I think the world of, but this could be a very loyal friend. The dog stands for someone who's very loyal.
I see.
Yeah, it means someone who loves you, who's very loyal in this case. 6th house, the child. This is the 6th house of health and work. It could mean someone who's working with children. that type
I
of thing.
see.
Yeah, childlike. And the seventh house with the ship can usually means that someone's going to go on a voyage. So it could be your spouse or with your spouse.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then the eighth house would be the journal. And this is about a book. It can also mean in keeping your books good, because the eighth house is other people's money, accounting, insurance, and taxes, and all of that, what have you. But it can also mean journaling and writing down stuff from the dream time, because the eighth house is about dream
Okay,
time.
dreams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ninth house is spirituality, and the bear is there, and that's a lot of hard work usually. It also means taking a respite, taking a break, like the bear hibernates, and that's in the ninth house. So it could mean that taking a break from your usual belief system and going from it just enough, or resting in it. It can be either or, and being able to move into taking a trip spiritually. It can be like an armchair traveler, even if it's not a large
Okay.
trip.
That's possible.
10th house would be the home, in terms of this is the house, but the 10th house signifies career status and father. For me, some people argue it's the mother is there and the father's here. But for me, I usually have the father up here. So this can mean that someone's working out of their home or thinking about doing something out of their home. 11th house was the lilies. Your friends are like lilies to you, or do you see them as beautiful
Oh,
flowers?
yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. And here's that rider card again, that message. It's a hidden thing.
It's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is like the star cards I have to do the 12 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had your chart here, of course, I'd be reading the planets and the aspects and everything, and then it would flush it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
But-
interesting.
Oh, that is
But I
beautiful.
usually use the regular tarot
I never
cards,
thought you could use it like this.
because with regular tarot cards, they all have their significance caters with the different signs and planets and everything, so it depends what deck you're using.
Thank you, Debbie.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It is a special gift for me.
There you
I mean, I
go.
didn't even expect,
Absolutely.
unexpected gift, surprise. Thank you.
Maybe you should remind people about calling in.
Yes, those of you who are watching, please call in if you have any questions for Debbie. She can do a little reading for you.
Right, and even if we're in the middle of talking, we will
And
stop and answer the
call
phone.
the number that's on
Absolutely.
your screen, 203-792-4101.
So how did the eclipses work out for you ladies in October? That was a heavy month with the two eclipses.
Oh, yes.
And the Mercury being retrograde.
Oh,
A lot
yes,
of
it was.
changes. Yeah.
I have an interesting story, as you know.
Okay.
Is
You have a call?
Oop.
Hello?
Yes, can I speak to Debbie? I have a
Yes.
question.
Hi, yes. What's your name, please?
Maureen.
Hi, Maureen. How are you?
Hello, I'm good.
I think I know who this is.
What's the
I
question?
can recognize that laugh.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. What's your question, Maureen?
I was just wondering, my sister did my tarot cards about 3 months ago, and one of the cards was, I'm trying to remember it, it was an upside-down man, and it almost looked like he was in cobwebs, and I was wondering what the meaning of that one was, if you could explain it to me.
Okay. Maureen, the hanged man is what that usually is. And the hanged man can typify, similar to Odin hanging on the tree of enlightenment. It
Okay.
could also signify Christ hanging on the cross. So basically, what it's saying, the deeper meaning is that, Christ at any time could have called in a legion of angels and been taken down off that cross and just said, the heck with all you, I'm going back. You're on your own. You know that. He could have pulled all the power of heaven down, but he chose not to.
Right.
He might want to probably rethink that now. I wish you'd hurry up and
I got
make an
goosebumps when you
appearance.
just said that.
You
It's on my
did?
legs.
Well,
Both
this
my
would
legs
be a
have
good time
filled.
for him to make an appearance. Let's put it that way.
Right,
but
right.
anyway, with Odin, it's the same thing. If you look at that picture closely with those cobwebs on the traditional tarot card, they have purposely put it down that the rope is loose around his foot. At any time, he could have disengaged his foot and come down off that tree of enlightenment. So whenever we go through any kind of thing that is a huge crucifies our heart, we've chosen to, at some level, we're going through it, okay? Sometimes it hurts, but when the Hanged Man comes out in a reading, it usually means that there has to be a change of attitude on someone's part. They have to approach it from a different way. Maybe they're really angry and they need to melt their heart and maybe have some compassion. Does that make sense? Or if it's another person that it signifies, it means that that person has to change their attitude adjustment so that they can open their heart. Does that make sense?
It does. The way my sister explained it, though, I don't know if it was the same card or if there's another one similar to it. It made it. She described it to me like I was in a lot of turmoil and going through a lot of things in my life, which I am right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if that was.
Well, it could. I mean, yes, the Hangman can indicate that you're stuck. You're stuck in the cobwebs and going through a lot of turmoil, but that you have to then choose whether you stay stuck.
Okay.
Or whether you bat those cobwebs away from you and move forward. The card I get for you is the tree. And it's funny because we were talking about the tree, Odin on the tree of life. It's the tree signifies health in your family tree, and this may indicate that you have strong roots. And when the hurricane hits, bend like the tree in the wind.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Maureen.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I thought it was a Maureen I knew, but it sounded just
It's
like
not?
her, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
She wasn't going to tell me. But I don't think it was. Her voice sounded very similar. It's funny.
Sandy, once you had a show with different kind of cards, right? Somebody brought big cards. Was it for health or something? Was it a totally different type?
These cards come in all sizes. There's even miniature ones.
Oh, yeah.
You can,
the
like,
tiny ones and the big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and some are even as big as you could hang as like a picture on your wall. Yeah. These are usually the tarot decks are what you see a bit larger than that,
I have
which
a-
probably would have been easier for Richard doing the camera work.
I know, these are little. I have a
But she forgot them at home. Mercury retrograde.
Yes, so I had
We
to
can
stop and
talk
get
about
these.
Mercury retrograde.
Yes, we can. I had a beautiful Halloween deck in my office too. I could have brought that are fun. But sometimes, things happen the way they're supposed to, and I like the Lenormand deck. I haven't used it for a while. Mercury retrograde, yes.
Yes, and Usha had, usually I would make the arrangements. Usha asked you at the picnic to come on. So then there was, well, that had nothing to do with, why am I saying, well, Mercury retrograde. Well, yesterday, as you know, after 12/18, not
Yeah,
yesterday, the
of
day
course.
before,
25th.
Yes,
Yeah.
on Monday,
Monday.
Mercury went retrograde at 12/18, but I went for thermography, and then I had
went direct.
acupuncture.
Yeah.
Well, the last aspect, 12/18, was trying Jupiter, which was
Okay.
good. I had gotten tickets for the Dr. Oz show, and we hadn't gone to the city in a couple of years. And so when they asked for tickets, I immediately replied, and I put down 6 names that I thought would want to go, pretty sure. And what happened was that I put down the 6 names, and when I replied, I was waiting, and I emailed them saying I didn't get a confirmation. I didn't find and then they sent a reminder, and I said, we would be coming, and then suddenly they said to everyone, a new email came. They didn't even care about names. Everybody can bring 2 more people.
Wow.
So thinking either people don't like them anymore, or maybe a group canceled. So that's fine. So anyway, I usually got the train state. We'd make all the plans ahead of time. I hadn't done that. I was so busy. Now it's after 12/18. It's void, of course. I had other things to do. Now it's evening. I thought I can't wait till tomorrow morning. So I call everybody to make arrangements. Marianne, who's out doing the directing, was going to take the train from Darien on a different line. Usha, here, our friend Mary Thompson and myself were going to take the Harlem line. Usha said, instead of going to Mary's house, I'll leave a little bit later and I'll meet you in Brewster.
Directly.
I got to Mary's house at 9. Her husband drives us to Brewster, leaves us off. We got there early. We're waiting and waiting. We get on the train. There's no Usha. Mary said, well, she'll take the next train. So we get into Grand Central. Mary Ann's right at the clock waving. We get together. That's all fine. And then Mary said, well, instead of eating near here, we're going to have a light lunch. let's go over to the West End to the Greek Kitchen. It'll be closer
Ooh,
to the
sounds
ABC
yummy.
studios, which we did. We took a cab over. It would have been a long walk. So Usha comes on the next train. She takes the subways and whatever, and she meets us at the restaurant. So the four of us are having lunch, no
Didn't see
problem.
Dr.
Plenty of
Spencer
time
on
to
the
go.
train?
Yeah.
What?
Dr. Spencer wasn't on one of those subways, was he?
I don't know. Usha got there. So we have lunch, it's fine. And now we're leaving early. They said be there at 1:45 or earlier,
Yeah.
and first come, first serve. So I have a heart problem. So the four of us start walking, and Usha and Mary go ahead of us because they're walking faster. I was feeling nauseous because I have other problems, and I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't. So I stopped, and I was thinking, I'm going to say to Mary Ann, I'll have to take a cab. But before that, she said, you look like you're in distress. You better get in a cab. So Mary Ann is yelling to them, we're taking a cab, they're talking oblivious. They didn't, well, the noise of the city, they don't hear us,
yeah.
so they keep
Right,
going.
right.
They're
Street
ahead
noise.
of us.
Yeah.
We get in the cab, and we're like in the middle lane, and we pass them. They're face to face to each other like this.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
They don't see us go by, and there's no way of stopping. So now
No,
we get,
right after they pass, we stop. We're saying, hey, wait a minute, where are they? They're not behind us.
So
we
did you
decide
make
to
it to
stop there?
the
Well, when you
we wait
start, it
there
gets
for 10
better.
minutes.
It gets crazier and crazier. So now we get to the studio, and you normally have to wait, and they make us go in right away, and I give my name, and they mark it right off, and I said, 2 friends are coming, Mary Thompson and Usha Kumar. You want to write their names down? No problem. We'll just let them in. Go. They force us through. We go, and there's not too many people there. This big room where you sit in the chairs
Right.
and wait. So we do that, and we're waiting to see Usha and Mary come in. Other people are coming in. All of a sudden, the place is pretty well filled.
But no.
Then the phone rings. It's Mary. She says, "Where are you?" I said, "We're in the studio." I said, "Where are you?" "We're outside."
Yeah,
They won't
because
let us
they
in.
would-
Now
yeah.
you tell them what they said to you.
And as soon as we got there, the first thing that my friend asked them was, did Sandra Wrobel already check in? Did she and another friend already check in? And then we came along with her, so we are all going in. And she said no. She's looking at her list and saying no. She never came,
that's
she never
weird.
checked in.
Okay, so
And then so we think, okay,
Talk
maybe
about
they are
Mercury
still walking
retrograde.
behind us. We weren't sure whether they took a cab or they were walking. So we wait outside for another 10, 12 minutes
Oh,
or
boy.
even 15 minutes. And in the meantime, we're trying to call her.
And you had
And
your
that's when I
phone
got the
off.
call.
Your
Finally,
infamous
it took a
phone.
while before she got the phone. and
It
she
didn't
says,
go
we are
through.
in. And so
Wow.
now we are asking her. And she's saying,
Did you ever
I
get
don't know,
on?
maybe
Did
some.
you ever get in?
No.
no, they were outside. We were inside. And as I'm on the phone with Mary, one of the the phone.
Oh, we
the
have a phone.
Okay, we'll continue later. The guy's going to be
Hello?
walking by. Okay.
Hello,
Hi there.
you're on.
Hi, hello.
This is Debbie. Who am I speaking with?
This is Tim.
Hi, Tim. What would you like to ask tonight?
Well, I am actually on a job hunt right now, so I'm kind of curious where you think that's going to take me.
Okay. What kind of work do you do, Tim?
Well, I'm looking for a new career.
Okay.
I have been in retail, and I'm interested in getting into maybe sales, outside
Okay.
sales.
Okay. I'm shuffling the cards. That's why I'm picking your brain a little bit, because your vibration, as I shuffle the cards, it helps. Okay, let's see what we've got here for you. Now I'm splitting the deck. All right, there we go. Well, the first one that comes out is the journal. Now, do you write at all? Is there anything you do with writing?
No, I don't normally. No, I mean, I do. I have kept a journal in the past, yeah.
Okay. Because it can mean that it's important for you to write down your thoughts at night.
Yeah.
Yes, to make sure that you do that. And you can manifest a nice job if you actually write out, this is what I want, to the universe. You say that
Okay.
I desire a job doing blank whatever and earning this amount, really be specific, because and then read it out loud and and then take the piece of paper and put it on your altar. If you have an altar, whoever your higher power is, put it there and light a candle and just ask God, Goddess, to say, could you please bless this? I really need your help in this. And you'd be surprised how it helps. Now, the second card that comes out is the tree card. Now, this tells me that there could be someone that through your associates or family or friends that could help lead you to a job. Also, there could be something in the paper, back to the journal as well. So keep your eyes open, for any leads that way. Now, you worked hard in your last job, and you feel like maybe there's people you have to tippy toe around. I would say that there has been some pitfalls. There have been some people you couldn't trust, some people that were deceitful.
That's true.
And so, but your luck's going to change now. But you have to make your own luck. Don't look in the same circles, okay? Stay away from the ones that gave you the trouble, all right?
Okay.
Because the clover card comes out. Now, the garden card is here, too. Do you do anything with landscaping?
Yes, I actually love to landscape. That's my hobby.
Okay, because I'm thinking that, I know it's coming wintertime. My son has a landscaping business, and also does cable stuff, and he snowplows in the winter. But come springtime, do some more with that landscaping. I don't know. Do you draw plans or anything for gardens? Do you do?
Yes, I do my own gardening. Yeah.
Okay. So I think that would be important for you. Now it's funny because the locket card came up too. Who has your heart? Or there's someone you're thinking of giving something to. Here she is.
We won't go there.
Well, yeah. You don't have to say, but there's someone who's on your mind. And she holds the key to your heart. And here's oh, look at this.
That's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Bouquet.
The locket card, the lady card, the key card, and the bouquet. Yeah, so buy that lady some flowers, or a friend, or whoever your persuasion.
I'll grow her own.
There you go. She'd like that too. There's some things maybe that you have to, get over the next hump. But, oh, look at that. Yeah. Don't let outside people chew holes around your relationships. Keep them away at bay, because it's the little mice that nip in at things. I would say by next summer you're going to be good. Okay?
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck.
You've been a great help. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, isn't that
I
wonderful
hope you
when they
like
say,
the
Wow, that
reading.
really came up nice.
Yeah, you can see them just looking at the pictures. Isn't it wonderful when he said you've been a great help?
Yes, it feels
Yeah.
wonderful.
The whole purpose of doing.
Lots of times you feel like, oh, they're going to think I'm nuts, or if I say this because maybe it's not right, but, the cards usually speak.
You have to trust.
You have to trust them, and just go with it. That was nice. Yeah.
Well, getting back to our Mercury retrograde.
So you saw the Oz show?
No. It was voie de course when we made the plans. I had no choice because in the morning
Okay.
we were going.
But you got to see it, right?
Well, yes, but
Well, it was like misinformation to them, misinformation to us.
and deception.
and that's what
deception
yes,
Mercury
everything.
retrograde is crazy
Mercury
like that.
retrograde, but when the plans were made, it was voie de course. You know how then the moon
Oh,
does
yeah.
whatever it wants?
Right.
Okay, so as I'm speaking to Mary, a man that works for the Dr. Oz show is going by, and I reach out and I said, can you speak to her, please? And he speaks to her. She tells him the situation. He said, well, I'm sorry, it's first come, first serve. But I had said,
that's
do you want
weird.
their names?
booked him.
And they said, there'll be no problem. They can just come in.
Wow.
Okay, so then Mary Ann is telling Mary, well, maybe you can go to the museum or whatever, do something else.
Right.
We're inside, they're outside. So we don't know what they're doing. They don't know. They know we're at
But
Dr.
it's a
Oz.
city and beautiful day, you know.
Right.
And I didn't realize, which made sense, they were worried that something had happened to
Yeah.
me medically. They had no
Exactly.
idea. They were relieved because they were told we weren't inside. So in the
geez.
meantime,
So we were worrying at that
they're
point.
outside
So it was a
waiting.
domino effect of misinformation.
Yes, so
It's a good
miscommunication,
old
yes.
Mercury retrograde.
Yes. So then, I'm sitting with Mary Ann. We're watching Dr. Oz. In the middle of the show, I thought, not only like you forgot your cards.
Right.
A friend
I
Mary
had to
Thompson.
pick
We're
up
on the
some new ones.
train. She had paid for a ticket. She had, the phone's ringing again.
Yeah.
we'll get to
Hello.
the train.
You're
Hello?
on.
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, this is Debbie. How are you?
Good.
And how can I help you tonight?
I just happened to turn on the channel,
Mm-hmm.
and I see you using cards, and so I thought I'd give a call.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did. What's your name, dear?
Eleanor?
Hi, Eleanor. What's on your mind tonight?
I'm not really sure. How does this work?
Well, have you ever had your cards done before?
No.
Okay, well, first of all, they're just an instrument, a tool to access your inner psyche, whatever's on your mind, and it acts as a catalyst for you to go deeper within, because we really hold our own answers in our heart, you know? So they're very benign, and I work in the light, so there's nothing to be afraid of. So I'm going to have you just talk a little bit to me while I shuffle them.
She's probably watching TV. So
And
you can talk to the
yes,
camera.
so I guess I can talk to the camera because you're watching me. All right, so Eleanor, I'm going to lay your cards out. And
See what it is.
right away I get the sickle card, which means there may be something that you need to let go of, to cut away. Or it could be also that you're cutting out patterns to sew with, something that you are doing fine work with, okay?
Okay.
It can, the sickle card usually means that it's something that needs to be let go of. And this is a great time for it because it's Halloween time. The lily card came out next to it. Now the lilies are a very beautiful card in terms of, well, for me, they represent, I was just sharing with the ladies earlier about that passage in the Bible about consider the lilies of the field, they neither toil nor spin for their livelihood. I can't quote the scripture word for word. My mother would be so, God rest her soul, she'd really be angry with me. I really did remember at one time in my life. But if you, I'm sure you know which one I'm referring to. It means that God takes care of those who look to him or her, whoever your higher power is. So if you are doing something maybe as simple as in the garden, maybe you're cutting back old bushes or the old dead growth, it's getting rid of the dead wood, whether it's in our life, in a plant, in a relationship, in order to let new growth come in, okay? The third card that comes out is the cross. So it sums it up very beautiful that your heart's in the right place. It could be that there's something that you are mourning and that God is there to comfort you. Now, do you have a loyal friend that means, or a pet, a dog or an individual that means a great deal to you? Are you thinking about getting a pet?
No.
All right, because be on the lookout for either someone who wants to be a really better friend to you, or there may be a little animal that needs you, okay, that you might want to bring into your home. I don't know what you're doing around the house, but it's you opening up your home, but use your time wisely with people. You know, you're probably reticent about who you let in, but this person, it's a lady, because I'm getting the lady card now. So it's taking the time.
Well, it makes sense to me right now.
Okay, that's good. Taking the time, because this person or yourself you may be at a crossroads about something, and you need to take the time to sit down and think about what it is that you're doing. Okay. Is there another question, Eleanor?
Probably my health.
Okay. I'm going to shuffle some more.
You're really slippery because they're so new.
Yeah, they are.
new.
The owl card comes up again. I would just say to you that to be very wise, if you need to get a checkup, if you need to do something, to follow that inner intuition. Just go and get it checked, because you have the key to it, because the key is right there, it's coming up. But it's good luck card, the clover card there. Don't be afraid to go, because I think you're okay. All right? All right? You know, you've had your things you've had to overcome with it, but, you know, it's eating away at your mind, so don't, you know, it's best to go and find out. I think if you have a good doctor, I think, and yes, and I think yeah, don't be afraid, sweetie, because the moon card comes up, and sometimes that can mean that. All right? So just go ahead and address whatever it is that needs to be looked at, okay?
Okay.
All right, dear. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Finances.
Okay. I'm shuffling. All righty, let's see. Oh, well, you're pretty well anchored with that. It's something coming, I don't know, was there something coming in from the family? Yeah, I think your finances will be okay. I think, and you have children?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're concerned about, making provisions for them or making sure they're okay. And but the reality is that you are like their anchor. You come from a very strong faith, very well anchored. Do you have a beautiful garden, by the way? Do you grow flowers at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming up a lot tonight for a lot of people. You have a lovely home. I think things, whatever you're doing right now to set things in order, because that's kind of where your mind's at, I think, you're on the right course, okay? And I think you've done a great job. You should pat yourself on the back because you've been a very good mom. Okay? All right, and look up because look up to the stars for your inspiration, okay? All right, Eleanor. Good luck, sweetie.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed your reading.
I did. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, dear.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The lilies keep coming up all the
Lilies,
time tonight.
yes, isn't it
And
beautiful?
roses too,
Yes,
rose bouquet.
it's so beautiful.
But these have roses on the cards.
Yeah.
But that lily card, every time
That
I see
lily
that thing
card.
again, yeah.
The
Yeah.
garden card too.
Yeah.
Quite a few. We only have another 10 minutes left.
Okay.
The time did fly by quickly.
Well, anyway, Usha Usha's with Mary. We watched the show.
We're still at Dr.
Mary,
Oz.
it's a long story.
Okay.
Well, we get out, we don't know where they are. They're not answering their phone now.
Yeah.
We decide to go back to Grand Central Station. In the meantime, my goddaughter's supposed to join us at the Cornell Club, which
How did
Mary
that work
Thompson
out?
is a Mary. Well, in the end, we all wound up there. But in the meantime, Rebecca's on her way, and she calls and says, "I'm so sorry." She said, "I'll be there. The subway I'm on had to stop. The subway before us has a brake
brakes or
problem.
something.
I have
Wow.
to transfer and get on another
That's
subway."
classic Mercury retrograde. Classic.
Yes, so now at the end, finally, we all ate dinner together.
Well, there you go.
At the
Then
Cornell
it got
Club.
delayed, so we got home late last night.
Oh, wow.
Another call.
Yeah.
Hello.
And then I'll tell you about a message after that.
Hi, I'm calling about the live call-in.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
on.
Hi, this is Debbie.
Hi.
How are
I
you?
think you can.
What would you like to talk about tonight? And what is your first name, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. Mimi.
Meanie? Okay. Meanie, what is it that you would like to know tonight, sweetie?
You know what? I have the TV on, so it's confusing
Yes,
me.
it's echoing. I can hear it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I just want to know, I have a health issue,
Okay.
and I want to know what's going to go on with it.
Okay. You probably need to get a little further space between you and the TV. Oh, I think you're okay now. Are you there? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right. I'm
Yes.
shuffling the cards. The lily card, we might as well just leave this out for tonight. Because this card, there's lilies everywhere. You know, it's just a beautiful, beautiful card. Well, what's going on with children in your life right now?
I'm sorry?
What's going on with children in your life right now? Do you have a child?
I just have one.
Okay. Okay, I'm looking. Well, I'm not seeing anything coming up negative for your health. In fact, I'm seeing that there may be another child in your life that's coming in. If you want it to be, I don't know whether it would be biological or a stepchild or what have you, but it might be something the timing you're considering. I think it may be something you might want to be thinking about.
No.
No? or it could be a stepchild or just some.
stork.
It's the stork. It's a very fertile card, but it can also mean that your hopes and dreams are coming to fertility as well. I'm not. Are you thinking of taking a trip? Because the ship card came out. I think it also can mean your ship comes in and there's money. So I don't see any problems with health right now for you. Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I'm seeing that your faith carries you through. I really don't, and your children are doing well, or your child. Your child comes out first here. So, and there's an important lady in your life too. So I think right now it could be that maybe your home, feathering your nest kind of thing, just concentrating on what's near and dear to you.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Yes.
And I see good luck coming in for you.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome, dear. Take care.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I was wondering if it had anything to do with
we've had-
eating healthy with the garden.
Well, that could be too.
Lilies.
Oh, yeah.
That might be
Yes.
too.
That could be
Sometimes
too.
I think we find messages. It's not always the cards. I think people need to be aware, right, of
Absolutely.
seeing things and it has a meaning. You look at the symbolism. So this whole elaborate story, it was a crazy mixed up day, and then a lot of tension, because then I was even worried maybe they got mad and went on the train and went home, and Mary Ann saying, I don't think they would do that. All kinds and just like they think something happened to me, your mind starts to really go
Yeah,
crazy.
it does.
Anyway, I got home and I had this holistic directory in my car, and I was just kind of glancing at it before I got out of the car, and the strangest thing happened, because on the back where I was reading, there's this quote. Remember, they were walking ahead of us, so it should have been they got to the studio before us.
Yeah.
We were behind them. We got in the cab, so that put us then ahead of them. Not on purpose, it was out of necessity. But we weren't, the four of us weren't together. There were 2 and 2. So now this is a quote by Albert Camus, who says, "Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend."
That's nice.
And I thought that was really, really so appropriate. It wasn't done on purpose, but it went along with, it summed up the day that we had. It turned out very well at the end. So
Mercury retrograde's a great time to go back over and revise things too. Not to start new stuff, but if you've got stuff in the works that you need to go back and look over and double check directions, checking in with each other, what your plans are and stuff, because there's something usually gets dropped or missed or something like that.
In Usha's case, tell them what happened in the morning that you didn't make the train.
Yeah. Out of the blue, we did not have power in the house from very early in the morning. And then the power came back briefly,
This
and
the same
again
day
it was
as New
gone.
York?
Same day
same
that
morning.
we were trying to leave, and I'm trying to catch the train with them. It's a good thing that I didn't decide to go with them. I told them I'll just get to the station by myself, and if I make it to your train, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll take the next train. Don't worry, And I'm glad I did that, because I couldn't even call out of my home.
Oh, wow.
Because when the power is gone, my phone is gone too, because my phone is connected to
I
the
have
cable.
a landline I've
company.
kept.
AT&T probably. She has Comcast.
So that was another thing where I couldn't communicate, and then I did send them emails, which if they had looked at, they would have known. But then finally, I think from the train, I called them,
Yes.
and then they knew at that point
Right.
that I am there on the way. But this is a freak thing. There was just no power in the house.
Oh, and I
So I
think
couldn't shower. You can't open the garage door. You know
Yeah, I
how it
never
is.
thought of that. Can't open
Yeah.
the garage. Oh my
I mean,
God!
you have to do
got
it
your car
manually,
in
and
there.
then everything takes time.
Yeah.
And then on the
Slushes
way on
out.
the train, Mary had the money ready. She had $40 to pay for the train ticket and whatever.
didn't have money with
And,
her.
and now, all of a sudden, the train starts to go. We were there plenty of time, just waiting for the train to come in. We were early, quite early. And because her husband drove us and he left. And then all of a sudden, she's looking in her pocketbook. The last minute, she switched handbags. She left her wallet at home.
Oh, no.
No ID, no credit card,
Wow.
no money, and no her card to get into the Cornell Club. So she had to call her husband to get the whatever.
Wow, what a comedy routine that would have been.
Every step of the way.
And to think that, you know, we're all seasoned travelers. It's not like we don't know how to get out of the house and do things, but it just happened to be a
I think
bad
everything
day
was
that way.
discombobulated for the month, but I mean, everything that's going on the planet right now is pretty crazy.
And
too,
it was a
but
return
it's
to
gonna
the
change,
Dr.
I
Oz
think.
show. And I thought it was at NBC where it had been. It wasn't. It was over at the ABC studio.
we had a lot of fun
Yeah.
still. We decided to enjoy the day,
Yeah.
enjoy the great weather
Good.
and the company.
Good.
And then we stayed extra long at dinner.
So you made it worthwhile after all.
Yes, it did.
In the end, it went as planned, but from the beginning up until that point.
Well, Sandy was planning to come with Halloween costume and
Where?
makeup. Oh, here today.
No, that's
I
for
thought you
Friday.
were going
No.
to, that's for Friday.
No, I picked up my
Okay.
costume today. It's for Friday. I'm
see.
going to
Okay.
the Ritz Crystal Room in Torrington.
So, so I'm sure everyone's excited
Oh, you thought I was coming in
about.
costume?
I thought you were going to bring the costume here and wear it.
Oh, I
here.
thought I might show it, but it wouldn't look like much sight.
I have to do
Maybe
a
next
Halloween
year, maybe I'll
party
give
on
it to
Friday
We only have a couple minutes left.
where
so.
I'm going to be reading for 8 to 10 people, and I promised her I would wear a long black dress, my lace dress, and a cape. But I know everybody kind of thinks you have to get in character for that, but it's okay.
Well, I'm going to dinner, and there's going to be a medium. I'm just going. I'm going to enjoy myself.
Good.
Yeah.
There's
Now-
a lady in Providence that's really good, a Mother Mystic. I got to go see her.
See, nowadays there aren't that many children coming for trick or treating.
They stay away from my house because I always make sure the lights are off and I'm gone. I'm a Scrooge. Now my kids are grown up, and I'm like, I'm done with that.
I try to keep,
people are
keep some
afraid
candy
now.
and
Yes,
ready,
yes.
keep the lights
Yeah.
on,
Well, you're
at
in a
least for a
different type of
couple of
neighborhood.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I don't want to disappoint the little children that do come.
The whole neighborhood's grown up now, though. We used to get into all of it,
Yeah.
you know.
And when I was teaching, I would answer the door. We would dress up for school for Halloween, and then I would stay in my costume and answer the door that way.
That's fun.
Yeah,
So I think
tried.
maybe next year, maybe if I keep the costume, I could. I could wear it for next Halloween.
So
Who
this
knows?
is the one non-religious holiday, right? It's kind of
Well,
non-religious
it
or quite
depends.
religious.
It's getting so, you know, everybody's so politically correct. I'm politically incorrect and proud of it, and I'm not changing.
Thank you very much, Debbie,
You're
for the
welcome.
wonderful
It was a
reading and
pleasure.
for the wonderful company
You're welcome.
here.
It's good to be
Thank
here.
you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. Happy Halloween.